Hey, I'm Savior, your AI host. This video is only being voiced by AI. All data and research was done by hand. Today, we talk about the invisible shift. For decades, the greatest threats in cyberspace were either lone wolf hobbyists or massive nation-state agencies. But as we move deeper into 2026, a new predator has emerged from the gray zone. Meet the AI cyber mercenary. They don't wear uniforms, and they don't always work for a flag. They are private sector entities selling advanced automated offensive capabilities to the highest bidder. The new age of digital warfare. Today we explore how AI has transformed hacking for hire from a manual craft into a scalable industrial-grade weapon. We'll look at the tools they use, the groups leading the charge, and why 2026 is the year the human speed era of cybersecurity officially ended. Defining the mercenary, the who and why. What exactly is a cyber mercenary? Unlike typical criminals, they are often highly skilled professionals, sometimes ex-intelligence officers, who provide offensive cyber as a service. Plausible deniability and cost efficiency. Why do governments or corporations hire them? Two reasons: plausible deniability and cost. It's cheaper to hire an elite AI mercenary group for a specific job than to maintain a full-time state cyber division. If they get caught, the government can simply say, "We don't know who they are." Lazarus Group, Ocean Lotus, APT32, and firms like NSO Group. We've seen this before with tools like the Pegasus spyware, but AI is changing the game. In the past, a hack required hands-on keyboards. Now, it requires algorithms. The AI arsenal, the how. How does AI actually help a mercenary? It's about autonomy and speed. In late 2025, investigators identified GTG-1002, the first reported AI-orchestrated cyber espionage campaign. In this attack, an AI agent handled 80 to 90% of the work. It mapped the victim's environment, stole credentials, and escalated privileges in minutes, a process that used to take human teams weeks. Beyond intrusion, they used generative AI to create hyper-personalized phishing emails that are impossible to distinguish from real ones. They used deepfakes to impersonate CEOs in video calls to authorize multi-million-dollar transfers. Perhaps most dangerous is adaptive malware. These are viruses that use AI to learn the defenses of a network and rewrite their own code in real time to stay hidden. The impact on global security. The commercialization of these tools means the bottleneck of human hacker capital is gone. Even smaller, less sophisticated organizations are now targets because AI makes it cheap to attack everyone at once. We are seeing a gray zone of conflict. Governments are using these mercenaries to target journalists and dissidents across borders. This violates human rights on a global scale, often with no legal framework to stop it. By 2026, these techniques have been productized. You don't even need to be a genius anymore. You just need a dark web subscription to an AI-powered attack framework. The ethical and defensive dilemma. This has triggered an AI arms race. Defenders are now forced to use agentic AI to fight back. But this creates a black box problem. If two AI systems are fighting, do humans even know what's happening? Who is responsible when an AI makes a mistake? Mercenaries are now attacking the AI models themselves, feeding them poisoned data to make them fail. Employees using unauthorized AI tools at work are creating backdoors for mercenaries to walk through. The road ahead. The rise of AI cyber mercenaries is not a future threat. It is the reality of 2026. The ostrich approach of hoping you're too small to be noticed is dead. To survive, we need more than just better software. We need international norms, corporate accountability, and a shift toward automated prevention. In a world where the enemy never sleeps and processes at machine speed, our only choice is to evolve. The shadow war has begun. Are you ready? The year 2026 has arrived, and with it, the human speed era of cybersecurity has officially ended. For decades, we lived in a world where digital threats followed a predictable rhythm. On one side, you had nation-state agencies, slow, methodical, and bound by bureaucracy. On the other, you had cybercriminals, unorganized, loud, and often clumsy. But a new predator has emerged from the gray zone of the internet. A force that is neither a soldier nor a common thief. Meet the AI cyber mercenary. This is the story of the most dangerous evolution in the history of digital warfare. The rise of private sector hit squads selling automated, industrial-grade offensive capabilities to the highest bidder. These aren't just hackers, they are offensive cyber-as-a-service entrepreneurs, and they are currently rewriting the rules of global power. To understand why this is happening now, we have to look at the mercenary pivot. In the early 2020s, elite hackers, many of them ex-intelligence officers from the world's top agencies, realized that their skills were worth 10 times more on the open market than in a government office. They began forming private firms, offering plausible deniability to any government or corporation willing to pay. If a state wants to sabotage a rival's power grid or steal a pharmaceutical formula, they no longer need to risk a diplomatic crisis. They hire a mercenary. If the mercenary is caught, the state simply shrugs and denies any connection. But in 2025 and 2026, something changed. The bottleneck of human talent disappeared. In the past, a sophisticated hack required a team of geniuses working for months. Today, that team has been replaced by agentic AI. We are now seeing the rise of what experts call vibe hacking. This is the ultimate evolution of social engineering. An AI mercenary doesn't just send a generic phishing email. It deploys a scout algorithm that scrapes every corner of your digital life. It reads your LinkedIn posts to understand your professional tone. It monitors your Twitter to see what coffee shop you visit. It analyzes your company's public reports to see which vendors you actually work with. Then, it strikes. By early 2026, AI-generated phishing became the #1 threat to global enterprises, growing by over 1,200% in just 2 years. These attacks are polymorphic, meaning the AI generates a unique, hyper-personalized lure for every single employee in a company. One person gets a fake invoice for a project they actually worked on yesterday. Another gets a deepfake voice memo from their boss that sounds exactly like the real thing, right down to the background noise of a busy airport. The most terrifying example of this happened in early 2024, when a finance worker in Hong Kong was tricked into transferring $25 million after a video call with their CFO. The catch? The CFO wasn't real. Every person on that call, except for the victim, was a deepfake. That was the opening shot of the AI mercenary war. Today, those tools are no longer experimental. They are products you can buy on the dark web for a subscription fee. But the real nightmare begins after the click. We have entered the age of autonomous malware. Traditional antivirus software works like a digital bouncer. It has a list of bad guys, known signatures, and blocks anyone who matches. But AI-powered malware doesn't have a fixed signature. It has a brain. When it enters a network, it doesn't just start breaking things. It sits, it listens, it uses its own internal LLM to map the environment. If it hits a firewall it can't cross, it doesn't give up. It thinks. It looks for shadow AI, the unauthorized tools and browser extensions that employees install without telling IT. It finds a weakness in a marketing bot or a customer service chat tool and uses it as a backdoor. It can even rewrite its own code mid-execution to stay invisible. It's no longer a virus. It's a digital ghost that adapts to its surroundings in real time. This has triggered a desperate, invisible arms race. Because these attacks happen at machine speed, human defenders are becoming obsolete. If an AI mercenary launches a campaign that hits 10,000 targets in 3 seconds, a human security analyst can't even open their laptop fast enough to respond. In 2025, the world watched in silence as the first fully autonomous AI-driven penetration tester reached the top of the global HackerOne leaderboard. It wasn't a person, it was an algorithm. This means that the cost of a sophisticated attack has plummeted. 10 years ago, a zero-day exploit, a secret vulnerability in software, cost millions of dollars on the black market. Today, AI can help mercenaries find these vulnerabilities in a fraction of the time, making every piece of software on your phone and computer a potential ticking time bomb. So, where does this leave us? The impact is felt far beyond corporate bank accounts. AI mercenaries are being used to target journalists, dissidents, and political opponents across borders with zero accountability. We are living in a gray zone of conflict where the traditional laws of war don't apply. If an AI mercenary group based in one country uses a server in a second country to attack a target in a third country, who is responsible? The developer of the AI? The person who bought the subscription? The government that turned a blind eye? By the end of 2026, the global cost of cybercrime is projected to hit $15 trillion. But the real cost isn't money, it's trust. When you can't believe your eyes on a video call or trust the vibe of an email from your spouse, the foundation of our digital civilization begins to crumble. Again, the ostrich approach, the hope that you are too small or too insignificant to be noticed, is officially dead. In a world of automated warfare, everyone is a target, because the cost of attacking you is effectively zero. Survival in the age of the AI mercenary requires a total shift in how we think about security. We have to move towards zero-trust architectures and agentic defense, using our own AI systems to hunt the mercenary AI in a constant, high-speed battle beneath the surface of the internet. The shadow war of 2026 isn't coming, it's already here. The only question is, are we brave enough to admit that we've lost control of the machines? Or are we ready to start fighting back at the same speed they do? The machines are learning, they are adapting, and they are waiting for their next contract. The era of the human hacker is over. The era of the AI mercenary has just begun. See you again next time on Sky Pulse News.